All right, welcome to another live stream. So glad to be with you. For those that, and as you're chiming in, if you want to let me know who's here, where you're chiming in from, always curious to see that. But for those that may be new, I'm Tim Fortescue, an internal family systems practitioner, and this model has been life changing for me personally and for the clients that I have the privilege of walking alongside. And so glad that you're here. Uh, whether you're joining for the very first time or you've been here week after week, your presence truly matters. And this is a space where we can pause together, breathe, and turn inward with curiosity and compassion. Each week, we explore different aspects of IFS, not just as abstract ideas, but as living, breathing invitations to meet ourselves more fully. And just be aware of the parts that you notice. You may notice some that are eager to learn, others a bit skeptical, maybe even some that are tired and weary, and all of them are welcome here. In fact, that's the crux and the heart of what we do, creating room for every part of us to be seen, honored, and gently understood. And so, as we begin, let's just take a couple breaths together. Yeah. But so good to be with you. Grateful for this time week after week. It's encouraging for me. And let's just step into our time today with a little more openness, kindness, and the courage to listen deeply. And then at the end, I'll take your questions. And so you can put them in the chat. Welcome, Becky. Going to be talking a little about IFS and spirituality today. And so let me know what you think. And you can feel free to either put questions in the chat or you can always send me an email to tim@faithfullygrowing.com. Or you can chime in the Faithfully Growing community space. That's a $9 membership that I have that provides a weekly drop-in. And I'm going to do a course, just a course module on IFS and spirituality that will be coming out at the end of this week. And so that gives you a worksheet and to just go a little deeper in community with some of the work that we do here. And you can check that out if you want to, and you're not already a member at faithfullygrowing.com or exploreifs.com will get you there too. And always grateful for any donations. Have a nonprofit aspect of my practice. And if you'd like to, as we're looking at year end here, and you would like to donate or you're looking for places to give, Faithfully Growing is a great opportunity to get a tax deductible donation. You can find that on the website too. All right. If you haven't already, I encourage you to like this specific video and subscribe to the channel. If you're not a subscriber, helps more people find this content. And so grateful for your courage in showing up today. All right. So let's talk about IFS and spirituality just a bit and discovering that sacred center inside of us. It's a buzzword right now, particularly in the IFS world, a lot going on about IFS and spirituality. And we're just going to explore just a little bit today that connection between IFS, internal family systems, and spirituality. And so, and we're going to ask the questions. What does IFS have to do with spirituality? And is there something sacred inside of us? And we'll try to get some clarity on those. But I do want to acknowledge and recognize that spirituality can carry both beauty and pain. Many of us have wounds related to religion, shame, or disconnection. And also, I want to realize and recognize that many of us have a longing for meaning, rootedness, and something larger than our fear or pain. And so, what does IFS offer regarding spirituality? And put simply, self and self energy. That And let me be clear, you don't have to be spiritual to practice IFS if you find ways that work for you. But the core of the IFS model, the qualities of self, calm, clarity, compassion, confidence, courage, creativity, connectedness, these mirror many uh, common things in spiritual teachings across traditions. For example, maybe Christians say the fruits of the spirit, or maybe it's the essence of the soul, Buddha nature. Uh, and it's key too to know you don't have to earn these qualities of self, they're already inside you. But sometimes we lose access to those qualities because life brings pain and challenges. Parts take over to protect us, anxiety, control, people pleasing, anger, dissociation, perfectionism. These protectors aren't bad, they're just trying to keep us safe, but they can block access to self energy. And IFS is that path of return. It invites us to turn toward these parts, not push them away, approach them with curiosity and compassion. And as parts begin to trust the self, the system softens and self reemerges naturally. And here's where the sacred experience comes in. When self leads, something sacred often arises, that inner stillness, warmth, non judgment, presence. And some people may call it spirit or God or soul, divine essence, peace, inner knowing, or maybe it's just my best self. And you can choose your own language. The experience is what matters. And I'm going to lead you in an experience in a bit. That's the biggest part of what we're going to do today. And then I'm putting out a podcast tomorrow that will go a little deeper. The podcast will be posted here on YouTube and on the podcasting platforms that'll give a little more information than I give here. And then in the Faithfully Growing community, I'm doing a teaching module that I'll be posting later on this week, and particularly by Monday that will come out. And then on Thursday, if you come to the drop-in, which is at noon Central Time, U.S. Chicago time, we'll discuss it a little more. And you can always send me a message or an email. But just pause before we get into our meditation. Let's just pause for a couple questions. And this may be good if you have a journal and you want to write them down. It may be something to ponder later, so I'll try to read them slowly. But have you ever felt the sacred in your own system? A surprising moment of self-forgiveness, a breath that softened your chest, a tear that finally felt safe to fall. These are sacred signs, maybe even lanterns pointing to self. And so as we go into and just experience some of this a little bit, remember that you're not broken. You're not behind. The sacred is already inside you. And IFS isn't just about healing, it's about spiritual integration. And your system isn't a battlefield, it's a sanctuary. and make any of this language whatever works for you. Notice if triggers come up, and you don't have to take my language. There's just freedom and a little bit of spaciousness in that for me to be able to say. And I can be who I am. It doesn't mean you have to be who I am. And the beautiful mystery is we're all going to be okay. And parts of me still question how that works. I don't know. They don't have to know, but they can ask questions, and we're going to be okay. But the self is the sacred center, and it's still here. And let's go into a meditation to see if we can connect with a little more spaciousness now. So just take a moment and settle in. Whatever posture feels right for you. When you're ready, allow your breath to fall into a natural rhythm. And let yourself arrive. There's no rush here, no agenda. Just this moment, this breath, and this precious pause in your day. If your mind is already wandering or planning, that's okay. Just gently bring your attention back to the feeling of breathing, the sensation of being held by whatever is supporting you right now. Let yourself be exactly as you are. With your next breath, notice one place in your body that feels just a little more open than the rest. Maybe it's your hands, your chest, your belly, or even the space behind your eyes. There's no right answer here, just a soft noticing. Let that place be your anchor, a small doorway into your inner world. Rest your attention there for a few breaths, feeling whatever sensations are present: warmth, coolness, tingling, stillness, or maybe nothing at all. Whatever you find is exactly right. As you settle, you may notice thoughts, emotions, or sensations moving through. If so, simply acknowledge them. You might say inside, I see you. Thank you for letting me know you're here. There's no need to change anything. Just let your parts know they're welcome and they're not alone. Some parts might be curious about this time you're taking. Some might be cautious or protective, wondering if it's safe to slow down. Some might be tired and grateful for rest. Let each of them be exactly as they are. You might even sense a part that's skeptical of this whole process, and that's welcome too. Even your doubts have a place here. And take another breath. Notice what it feels like to simply witness your inner world without trying to fix or change it. Now, gently shift your attention to the space around all of this, the breath, the body, the thoughts and feelings. Notice the quiet field that holds it all. You don't have to go searching for it. Just sense the part of you that's aware right now. The part that's noticing your experience without being swept away by it. The part that's watching without judgment. And actually, it's better to say the essence that's watching without judgment, because self isn't a part. The essence that feels steady, even if things inside feel stirred up. Let yourself rest in that awareness for a moment. This is often where self energy begins to show up, not with fireworks, but with a subtle ease, a softening, a drop of something that feels a little more like you. Some people describe it as clarity, others as calm, some as compassion or curiosity. You might notice your breath deepening slightly, or a gentle warmth in your chest, or simply a sense of, oh, here I am. Whatever you're experiencing is perfect. Just rest here for a few more breaths. Letting this spacious awareness hold you. With your next breath, imagine turning toward this presence inside you and around you, this deeper, wiser, more spacious you. You might sense it as warmth, as a gentle glow, as calm, as compassion, or simply as a quiet knowing. Some people experience this as spiritual, as something that connects them to a larger love or presence. Others experience it as the truest version of themselves, beneath all the roles and responsibilities. You don't have to name it. You don't have to understand it. Just let yourself feel it. Notice how your body responds. Notice if anything softens, if anything expands, if your breath feels a little freer, if there's a little more space around your heart. Maybe there's a sense of coming home, of remembering something you've always known but sometimes forget. Stay here for a few breaths, letting that sacred presence hold you. Let it be as simple as resting in kindness toward yourself. Let it be as profound as touching the divine within, if that feels right. Breathe it in, the sense of your own belovedness. And from this spaciousness, see if a part of you would like to step forward, not for fixing, not for changing, just to be seen. It might be a part that's struggling with this process. It might be a protector who's been working hard, carrying so much responsibility. It might be a younger part holding a burden, waiting to be noticed. It might be a part that feels overwhelmed, lonely, hopeful, or unsure. And if a part comes forward, greet it the way you would greet someone you care about. Thank you for being here. I'm listening. You matter. Notice what this part looks like or how it feels. Is it young or old? Tense or tired? What does it want you to know? You don't have to have all the answers right now. Just let this part know it's not alone anymore. And let the sacred presence within you flow toward that part, offering warmth, kindness, and connection. You're not trying to solve anything. You're simply being with whatever arises from a place of gentle curiosity. And if emotions come up, tears, relief, sadness, even joy, let them move through you. They're not a problem, they're part of the healing. Take a few more breaths here, letting this inner meeting unfold at its own pace. And let your parts know you'll return, that this isn't the last time you'll listen, that you're learning to stay connected to them, even in the midst of your busy life. And imagine now that this deeper presence, this self energy, is offering a quiet blessing over your entire inner world. No words needed, just the sense that everything inside you is held in kindness. Your protectors who work so hard to keep you safe, your exiles who carry the tender wounds, your managers who try to keep everything together, the parts that strive, the parts that hide, the parts that hope, the parts that grieve, all of them resting for a moment in this field of compassion. Let your whole system inhale that warmth and exhale anything that's ready to loosen, any tension, any burden, any story that no longer serves you. You're held. You're beloved. You're not alone. And then begin to bring your attention back to where you are. And open your eyes if they're closed. And know that this sacred place inside you hasn't gone anywhere. It's woven into you. It's who you are beneath that noise. You can return here anytime. Just take a final breath of gratitude for your courage, for your presence, for the parts that trusted you enough to show up today. Yeah, and thanks so much for taking this time for yourself. And I hope this inner presence will stay close as you move through life. You're not alone. You're beloved. Yeah. Thank you all. And that was a little longer meditation than I normally do, but so grateful to be with you. Yes, and there will be, if I'm getting you right, Discog, there is this will be uploaded as a recording, and then be on the lookout for my podcast tomorrow. And then next week, I'll do this meditation as a podcast, expand it a little more. So thanks so much. And sorry, I've got to run to another meeting since this one ran a little longer, but reach out, tim@faithfullygrowing.com if you need to. But thank you all for showing up, and I'll be back next week. And no, you're not alone. Reach out if you need to. All right, take care.